right, we're starting our AT hike. Me, Jeff, and Jack. And we're in the Glasgow, Virginia area for this hike. So this is gonna be like an 8-day extravaganza, 86-ish miles. And we're already like a third of the way to Katahdin, man. So, what do you say, Jack?
Yeah, that's a great accomplishment. We're a third of the way already.
We're good. We're good. Let's get going.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Kind of next to a highway at the beginning, like as usual. We just left Beach Hill Hostel, where we left off hiking last time. There's Jack's butt, in case you missed it. I don't know, man, just the first mile of the trip and just kind of getting your mind and your body back in hiking mode. I always amaze myself on these trips because coming up to the trip, I'm saying to myself, 86 miles. We're going to hike 86 miles. And it's unfathomable. I mean, it's like, I can't believe I could do that. And then you just get out here and you do it. I don't know. But here we are. Very exciting. I'll check back later. Look at this beautiful trail. Just hiking along. I think we got about 4 miles till we get to our first stop for the evening. So that'll be, is that a 10-5 day, Jack? Yeah, about 10 and a half miles today. So I think we're all kind of settling down. You know, the pre-hike jitters are leaving our bodies and our minds and bodies are getting used to the trail. And we hit this patch. No views yet today. Just this little partial view to the left here. Kind of see a mountain in the distance, but been very pretty weather. Maybe, I don't know, it feels like 68 degrees out. It's just like perfect hiking weather. It's just nice. It feels good to be out here. Stopped at this creek to take a break and filter some water. That's happening over there. It's been a nice hike so far. I think we still got a couple miles to get to the shelter, but very pleasant first day. All right, we made it to Wilson Creek Shelter at like 3 o'clock-ish. So 10-point-something mile day. Pretty smooth. I think Jeff had some plantar fasciitis issues along with some Charlie horses.
It's always something.
I had I lost my water bottle probably in the first 100 feet of the trail. Didn't even know it. So I had no water. Jeff gave me one of his, thank God. Thank you, Jeff. Jack, problem free.
Lightened to my load. Yeah. Put two
So
pounds
far.
out of my pack.
One day down.
What'd you think, man?
It was great. Beautiful day.
It was,
Yeah. Good to get through the first day. Feeling pretty good.
Right now, we're just lamenting that, like, none of us want to use the very comfortable looking picnic table over there because we're afraid of norovirus. May 25th. We just left the shelter. I think we got a 14-point-something mile day today, but last night, not terribly eventful. Everything went pretty smooth. I had brought my 40-degree underquilt, and it was 46. It's 46 now. And I was a little concerned about that, but worked out great. I was toasty all night long. And then, like, the only The only real drama I had was this morning. Well, I kind of got away from coffee in the morning, so I'm doing these Mio energy drinks. It's like a blueberry flavored, caffeine infused drink, so I don't have to fool with coffee, you know, like cooking or whatever in the morning. So I ate breakfast and I added that Mio to my canteen, and then I realized the error of my ways. So I had to make a number 2, and I got like dehydrated toilet paper. So I got to add water to that to rehydrate it. It turns into kind of like a biodegradable wet wipe. So long story short, I got a blueberry bum right now. Whoa, pay attention here. What do you say, Jeff?
Found a good seat. Having a protein bar, 400 calories.
Yeah, good on you, man.
Need it.
Yeah, we earned it.
Yeah.
So we popped out of the woods onto the Blue Ridge Parkway for this view. Could have drove here. Very nice. I guess this is going to be the theme for today. I think the trail, from what Jack was saying, comes out of the woods onto the Blue Ridge Parkway multiple times for views. It's nice. I missed this yesterday. That's why you didn't see a whole lot of videotaping yesterday, because there was no this. Love it. That giant tree right in the way there, though. I didn't mention it, or maybe I did, but yeah, this year, norovirus is a big deal on the trail. So we are kind of in the epicenter of the breakout on this trip. And all 3 of us have already had norovirus, very familiar. So for those of you that don't know, I did a video on it. You can go back and you can see our norovirus trip. But it's kind of like food poisoning combined with mono would be the best way to describe the symptoms. So we're not like we're trying to avoid like the privies and the shelters and the picnic tables, which makes it a little harder because, like at the end of the day, man, it's really nice to sit down at that picnic table and hang out, fraternize, and, we're like relegated to some like small rocks and logs. What do you say, Jack?
Yeah, we had our little area last night. Still had a fire, but it wasn't the most comfortable setup.
Yeah, it was nice having that fire, though. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Yeah. And, all right. Probably get some more of this later. 1 mile later.
You've been teaching in my school for 10 years.
Yeah. This feels like we're in ancient Rome. Back in the green tunnel. Okay, so for the non-backpackers watching this show, this is what it actually looks like ascending a mountain. So, not that dynamic. What you're generally looking at, I mean, they vary, right? But it's like a 10 to 15% grade that goes uphill for like miles. So, that's it, right? I mean, nothing too exciting going on. And, we're generally just totally sucking tubes for that mile, out of breath. Yeah, I think we just summited it.
Hopefully.
Not what you like used to seeing in like if you Googled a meme of backpacking a mountain. It's not as dynamic as that. So it's just, this is it. Thought you'd like to know. All right, and I'm now hiking the downhill. So I usually don't film the uphills and downhills because I gotta watch what I'm doing or I'm gonna wipe out. But yeah, that's usually the breakdown is like 33% uphill, 33% downhill, and 33% ridge line or some kind of forest walk. So on a 13 point something mile day like today, we're talking about, 4 miles uphill, 4 miles downhill, and then 4 miles of something in between. Usually the stuff you're going to see on YouTube is just going to be like the ridgeline views, or like the the shelter area, or like a pretty stream or something. And I would say that's probably like, I don't know, 5% of the time that we spend out here hiking. So if you watch YouTube, it's like 100% of the content, but it's only 5% of the reality. So that's my breakdown on how your day shakes out here. Yeah, I lied earlier when I said it was only 5% of the time in camp. Obviously, it's more than that. But the mornings were pretty much all business, packing up. But it's nice fraternizing with the guys, hanging out in the afternoons for a couple hours before we turn in. But yeah, we just stumbled across this beautiful scenery. Ooh. Probably getting sick of the mountains by now. All right, this is some seriously lazy reporting right here, but we made it to Cove Mountain Shelter. That's what it looks like over there. We're set up. I think it was like a 14-mile day, 8 hours. So pretty good time. I'm proud of us. This is what it looks like from front porch mode of the hammock. It's a dry shelter, so no water. We had to backpack all our water for tonight and tomorrow morning in from, it was like 2 or 3 miles back. We crossed a stream. So that's what's going on. We made it. All right. What's the date? 29th?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. We got like a 12-mile day today. It rained a little bit last night. It might rain a little bit today. It's like 50 degrees out when we woke up. And I think the high today is like 62. No water worries today. We had to dry camp last night and pack the water in, but today it's going to be water everywhere, coming out of the sky too, probably. That's it. Slept like a log last night. What do you think, Jeff? There's Jack contemplating the finer points of life by this beautiful river we just hiked up on. I think we've hiked like 2-point-something miles so far today. There's the unsightly bridge. We don't want that in the video. But yeah, we're at a road crossing. Taking a break. It was drizzling a little bit. Overall, pretty nice weather. Pretty comfortable for hiking in. I thought it was going to be rainy, but not bad. Jeff?
Yeah. Rinsed off a little bit of face and hands in the water. Felt good.
Yeah, me and Jeff took man baths. It's refreshing. All right, it's been kind of drizzly, foggy, misty, and now it stepped up into like a slightly intermittent rain. And I think that's going to be how it's going to go all day today. So there's probably not going to be a whole lot of video recording going on because my phone's not waterproof. Probably not a whole lot of views. We'll see. But here it is. You're seeing conditions for today on the trail. And I think tomorrow is supposed to be a lot of rain. A lot of rain tonight and tomorrow. We'll see. All right. We just completed like a 5-mile uphill. So I think today is basically the most physically challenging day of our trip. And that 5 miles is now in the rearview mirror, and we are now in some type of rainforest, temperate rainforest up here. It's so cool. It's huge, like prehistoric looking ferns. But yeah, boy, that was something. That climb was pretty arduous. And then, you know, it's like cooler up here for sure. What do you guys say, man?
It's cold up here.
Glad that one's over.
Ooh.
Yeah. Didn't even get a view either.
Yeah, what's up with that?
5 miles up, no view.
Yeah, it's got some ferns. Anyway, about half a mile of shelter or so, and that's a wrap for today. All right, we made it to Cornelius Creek Shelter, and we're all set up. Shelter's actually down that way, and we're steering clear of that bad boy. But, you know, we managed to get a nice warming fire together, and it's appreciated, man, because, I don't know, it's a little brisk out tonight. We all got wet hiking, you know, just from sweating, and it's been nice warming up and drying out by the fire. All right, real quick, May 27th, dropped down to about 44, 45 degrees last night. Breaking camp now because it's raining. And it's supposed to keep raining for days. So you might not get more video from me out of this trip. We'll see. Slept good. Thank God we set the alarm last night though. So got mostly packed up. Just started. Mostly packed up already. How you guys doing?
I'm gonna be a minute.
Yeah, I gotta take a little bit of water.
No problem, man. I'm gonna put my poncho on and sit down on this rock. Okay, it stopped raining. I always say that. I always say I think it's gonna rain, and then it stops. So I gotta stop saying that. Or maybe I should keep doing it, because that makes it stop. I don't know. Anyway, we're hiking through this gorgeous, like, pink flower rhododendron forest, the pink tunnel. Pretty neat. All right, we got a little pitter patter coming down, but we still managed to pull off a view. This is what the Appalachian Trail looks like when it's raining. Check out this prehistoric area over here. Like, totally wouldn't be surprised to see like a dinosaur just cruising through, grazing. Made it to the top. It's kind of cool scenery. Phone's getting wet, so this video's not going to last long. What do you guys think?
Cool. Well, it's cold up here.
Yeah, it's definitely brisk.
Oh, yeah.
and raining. All right, Jeff informed me that this is called the guillotine. That is pretty sick. All right, we made it to the top of something.
Big view of a cloud.
Check out that gorgeous view, Jeff.
Oh, it's wonderful. Wonderful.
It's a wall of white. All right, recap of the day. It's like 12.5 miles. High today was 52. Rained nonstop, pretty much all afternoon. We got into camp at about 2 o'clock, and we were all pretty wet. Changed out of our wet clothes, and this is the rest of my day right here. No fire, no camaraderie. Just chilling in the hammock for the next 18 hours. So tomorrow morning, we're expecting to pack up in the rain. We'll see what happens. But that was today. So today was kind of a sad day.
Morning.
Morning.
We were hunkered down for about 18 hours in our tents and hammocks. Rain all night. Pretty hard at times. Feels like temperature was 42. I think it was actually 48, 46. It's probably about 50 degrees right now. When the wind rolls through it, it gets you. Right now we got a little wall. So we got 8 miles back to the hostel. Scheduling a pickup at noon. It's about 8 o'clock right now. So not going to be farting around. We're just going to get there and try to get dry. Hopefully the rain will stop here in a couple hours.
Yeah. We were talking this morning, and like all of us were like wet and, you know, like a little chilled last night. We all like got into our sleeping bags, and it took a couple of hours to, you know, get toasty. But like, it's crazy because it's not really that cold out, you know, and it's not like it's at 32, you know, freezing rain, but it got me a little bit last night. Okay, we just started hiking, and this is the view for today. Kind of dreary, but there's a cool factor. And then while I was sniveling about my slightly chilly warm-up, Jack had real problems.
Yeah, as soon as I got everything set up and thought I was comfortable, warm, the top pole across my tent snapped in half. And I was worried about a puncture, but I got out and got that fixed. Got something rigged up. And then just maybe an hour later, probably at like 3:30 in the afternoon, I noticed water starting to come through my rain fly. Thought it was just one spot, and then it just started spreading. And throughout the afternoon and evening, it was just more and more. So had to spread my poncho out over top of my bag and just keep sopping up the mess through the evening and overnight. Everything's wet, including my sleeping bag. And I don't know how the tent fly is going to handle the rest of the trip, if possible. But figure it out when we get to camp.
Yeah, we got a conundrum. All right, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this is a flip-flop hike. So today we're hiking 7 miles back to the hostel, and then tonight we're gonna like dry all our gear out, hopefully recharge our batteries, you know, party in town, whatever. And then we're supposed to do another 3 days coming back from the other direction. So 7 miles today, going for the hostel. All right, we're wrapping up our 7.5 mile day, closing in on civilization, and we hit this pretty cool cliff area. Look at this, man. All right, we made it to the James River footbridge. Jeff was telling me it was designed by William Foote, so it's named after him. It's actually a footbridge named after the designer. There it is. Let's go do it. Gotta make a mental note not to drop my phone. It's probably like the most expensive footbridge I've ever seen in my life. So that's the James River. Train tracks over there, I think. Here we go. All right, Jeff, what do you say, man?
Ready to get back in the woods.
Yeah, we stayed at Stanimals last night. Recharged the batteries, washed clothes, went into town, ate like pigs, and then slept like a brick last night. It's like there's like 25 hikers in this tiny house, though. It was pretty crowded. But yeah, getting ready to go out on the trail again this morning. They didn't want to shuttle us to our drop-off point because that's their shuttle vehicle. And I guess it's a Forest Service road, and it's been kind of jacked up because of the rain. So we're going to be using my truck. It's got four-wheel drive, and hopefully everything goes smooth there, man. The guy's going to take my truck back here solo, and yeah. So that's what we're doing. All right. Still May 29th. We just started hiking. And we had a self-shuttle up the Forest Service Road to get here. A little bit of off-roading. It's kind of cool. About 60 degrees out. 10.5 mile day today. And this is the trail conditions at the start. We're hoping for no rain for the next couple of days, but I think we're bound to get a smattering. Check back later. Made it to the first view of the day. Yeah. Check out this cool area here. It's like there's no understory. It's just all these ferns and the trees. Like, that's kind of rare. I don't know. It does smell like a burn here. I can smell like maybe a forest fire happened recently, but yeah, I feel like I don't see this kind of view very often. And it's even cooler with the mist. First time I've ever seen a rabbit on the trail. It's like a Easter miracle. That's cool. He totally doesn't care about us, man. We're like 10 feet away from him. He's keeping an eye on us, but like totally nonchalant about us being here. Hands down, coolest view of the trip so far. And I honestly don't know if this is going to translate to video. But we're looking down at a sea of clouds. There's the trail ahead. And then over on this side, you can see some mountains poking through the clouds like shark fins in the ocean. Man. Gorgeous.
View in 0.6. You take a break there. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the top of the mountain?
No, we're at the top of this mountain, but there's a view there, a view there.
It's like the third video from this area. I can't stop recording it. It's like 3 different perspectives from different areas on this ridge line. Almost forgot what sunshine looked like. So this has become one of my favorite like physical therapy exercises on the trail. I like appreciate soaking my feet in cold water so much. And I only discovered this like a year or two ago. And like I almost got mad because my whole hiking career I haven't been doing this. It's wonderful. Yeah, so I went from soaking my feet in the creek to stripping butt naked and jumping into that water hole. And that felt good. All cleaned up. But Jack and Jeff were just shaking their heads, man. These guys put up with me, but I know in their heads they're like, we can't take this guy anywhere. So for the last, I don't know, quarter mile, half a mile, we've been paralleling this stream. And it's just been nice. This whole day has been nice. We all agreed that, like, we needed this, man. Our spirits are all lifted. Everybody's morale is back up. Probably got like another half a mile to get to the shelter. But yeah, it's just been a great day. Okay, it's 4:30 on May 29th, 10-point-something day, and we are in camp. Everybody's set up, and I was just talking to Jeff, and this might be one of the coolest camping spots yet from all our AT hiking. So I'm like fully taking advantage of this. Got front porch mode going on with the hammock. Everybody's like positioned towards the river. And then sitting in my hammock. Here's the view. That's gonna be nice sleeping tonight. Probably have to get up a couple times to pee, but what are you gonna do? We get out to the campsite. Jeff pulls out a soda and a sandwich, a submarine sandwich. I've been holding out on us, man. May 30th, we're packing up. Very mild night last night. I want to say the low felt like around 60. I'm not sure. But that was Jack's workaround for his leaking tent. I had a tarp in my truck, and I think he stretched it over the tent last night because it might have drizzled a little bit. But overall, very nice evening. Man, it was so pleasant hanging around by the campfire and then sleeping last night, waking up next to this creek. 9.5 mile day today. Hopefully no drama. 24 hours now since we left the hostel, so I think we're noro free. Clear. That's that. Signing off for now. Made it to a footbridge. I don't know why I'm enamored by these things. This one's like a suspension bridge. Yeah, it's just cool, man. You're in nature, seeing nothing but wild, and then all of a sudden you hit this thing, something like this, out in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's pretty impressive. Jack's had like a comedy of errors on this trip. It's been terrible. His tent broke. Then he got bit by some kind of tarantula right in the crotch last night. I mean, it's like a golf ball size welt on his inner groin. And then today we were doing a creek crossing and he fell in.
Getting it all out of the way for this trip.
3's a charm. So should be clear from here forward. All right, here's somebody telling us that we have crossed over the 800-mile mark. So that's pretty cool. All right, we're wrapping up. Less than a mile to the shelter, and this might be the prettiest view of the day outside of that super awesome stream this morning, but yeah, it's raining again. We made it the, what was it, 10 point something? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 10 point something. There's Punch Bowl shelter over there. I guess that's the Punch Bowl. Jeff, you want to summarize today?
First 5 miles, nice and easy along that creek that we camped on, and little ups and downs. Then it got real. Reminded us we were on the AT. And
Yeah.
we're here to hike mountains, not flat stuff. So
Yeah.
it was a good day though. Good day. We're sweaty. We had a rain for about the past 45 minutes, light rain. It stopped. Supposed to start back up in a couple hours, thunderstorm, and then Jack just informed us there's a tornado warning for this evening. So we'll see how all that plays out.
Spicy. All right. Check in later. So it rained for like another hour. We got relegated back to our sleeping quarters, and then came out and made a fire. We're under a tornado warning right now. Why not, right? But making the best of it. All right, May 31st at Walden Pond. Breaking down camp. I got up at about 5. But yeah, between the high winds and these screaming frogs all night, man, even with my earplugs in, woo, it's noisy. But I did good. I slept good. Just got up early. I got a 10:15 think like a 10-something day today. And that's it. Hike's over. About 50 degrees right now. I guess that's all I got. All right, we're hiking out of the Punch Bowl shelter now. 7 in the morning. We got an early start because, you know, Jeff's got to hike. I think it's like a 10.7 mile day today. And then drive all the way back to Florida after that. So trying to get a head start on the day. But we were fortunate last night that that Punch Bowl shelter was kind of in a bowl. So even though we did experience, so going uphill, I'm sorry about the breathing. But even though we did experience some high winds, man, I was looking out across that pond last night, and I mean, those trees were just swaying so hard. They looked like those inflatable people in front of car lots with the arms waving around. Like the whole horizon was doing that. It was crazy. But anyway, this is what the trail looks like this morning, and it's pretty comfortable. It rained a little bit while we were packing up, but not much. Last day. How about that?
Royal treatment.
Yeah. Just hiking on top of flowers. That's what we do. Yeah, it's still pretty windy out, but we made the summit. So this is like 1.6 miles in, and we got this. And pretty cool. Me and the guys were talking last night, and morale was down because of norovirus and not being able to use the shelters and privies and picnic tables and the weather. And I was kind of hoping for this today on our last day as a spirit lifter, you know, some kind of view or something to leave a positive impression of the trail, and we got it. So very happy about that. All right, this area is called the Cliffs.
Makes sense.
Yep. Beautiful. How's the hike going?
It's good. It's good. 5 miles left. Finally got great weather, sunny.
Yeah,
It's nice.
gonna end on a high note.
Agree.
I don't know if this is translating on this video. I hope so. We're all pretty motivated to get out of here, though. Like, every one of us has a different special food on our mind. But yeah, as far as you can see through the haze, it's just layers of mountains. I take these videos, but A, they don't capture what you're seeing. And then for me personally, like, I can never remember it. which is kind of cool because every time I come up here, you're like, oh yeah, this is awesome. All right, yeah, we're looking at it and we're pretty sure that that is the footbridge that we're hiking to. So that is the end point for our hike on the James River, and that would be 5 miles from here. So we're gonna start heading that way now. I love it when the trail parallels water like that. So back at the 5 mile mark, we called the shuttle company and pushed our time back an hour. So we got a mile left still, but that's probably the fastest 4 miles I think I've ever covered on a trail. We were cooking, man. And I'm following these two daddy long legs, and they were moving at like a fast walk. So that was like, I was like as fast as you can walk without running. That's what was going on. But we're coming close to our mark. We might be about 15 minutes late, but I'm proud of us. All right, we just broke out of the woods. Got it done right on time. Jeff, high points of the trip?
86 miles, 87 miles. I don't know. Just very happy that we got it done. Overcame some weather challenges, but all in all, good trip. Feel good.
Yeah. Jack? High points? Yeah.
No, just kidding. had a lot of challenges this week, but yeah, thanks to you and Jeff. Glad you guys were there to help me push through it, help me when I needed help with things. Had a good time spending time with you guys, especially the nights we had around the campfire.
Yeah.
Like beautiful scenery, nice views. Jeff might not like me saying this, but I think relatively easy section of the trail. But yeah, had a good time. Thanks.
Yeah, me too. I would say my highlight was day 6. I thought that was low-hanging fruit. I thought both of you guys were going to go after that.
Yeah, that was a beautiful campsite.
Yeah. Yeah, and the views that day were cool. But yeah, I agree with you, man. The whole thing was like type 2 fun. But I'm glad I'm hiking with a couple of guys that make lemonade out of lemons. And yeah, look forward to doing it again. Oh, yeah.